We're live.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Long time no speak.
It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've taken a little bit of a break between episode 4 and 5 for various reasons.
Well, only to come back stronger, though.
That is true. We've done lots of planning and we've actually planned out, I think, a whole host of new episodes. So you'll be able to catch those soon on your preferred platform.
Definitely. We've made a good start. We've improved our our show notes. We're adding our favorite kinds of emails that we receive in the awesome email examples. And yeah, basically check out the website inboxheroes.com. And we had a little hiatus, but we're back now.
Well, and also, who are we? I'm Sarah. I'm one half of Inbox Heroes.
And I'm Marette, the other half of Inbox Heroes. Oh, I saw a tiny bit of a super critter just then.
That's Bramble.
That's Bramble. You might see a tail walking up and down today.
Yeah. Milburn is not showing his face. I think he's still in the powder room. But welcome anyway. This is Inbox Heroes, Sarah and Marette doing the email things.
That's it. Do you think we should get started?
I think we should. How professional. Thank you very much.
Almost like we planned it.
Almost like lots of planning went into this. So today, episode 5, image-only emails suck. They suck. You might notice with that title where we stand on image-only emails.
Yep.
However, it seems that not everybody joins us in our hate for image-only emails. Our inboxes are full of them. So
why companies? Why?
Well, exactly.
We ask you.
So I was tasked with doing some research behind enemy lines to find out why people are still sending image-only emails, which is really, it infuriated me a lot. There was a lot of why screaming at my inbox. And Marette the same, some great examples there as well.
So many examples.
But yeah, it seems that my research has shown that people think by doing an image-only email, they'll be there quicker than their competitors. So they just, oh, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. Then we love a good pro-con list. So basically, my research is filled with this and Marette's input, obviously, as well. So let me just tell you about why people use image-only emails, because it takes less time to put out emails. So the whole competitor angle. They need to be there first with some messaging, with an alert out to their subscribers and so the industry. And I feel like actually just putting out an image is much, much quicker.
Yeah. They think often they set up templates on things like Canva and stuff and just use that to replace the images and think that is a lot quicker and therefore better.
Yeah. They also think HTML emails can annoy customers when they don't render properly.
Oh, if only they set them up properly, though.
Oh, yes, and test them properly. It's, yeah. So those are the only ones that I sort of could find. And then obviously, alt text done well works well. Yes, it does. We can't.
It does, and we do have some examples of that in a bit. But it is true that if you are going to use images mostly or all completely in your email marketing, then at least get the alt text done right so that the reader has any kind of clue about what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Image-only emails don't really work because people block images in their emails, and also actually because it used to be used by spammers. Some email clients actually block them from the start and then just give the user the option to opt in per email or per sender. So they won't see your email. So you're trying very hard to get the message out first, and the message is just some blocks and maybe an alt tag.
Yeah, and that it kind of brings together, the accessibility. If a reader can't see what you're sending, and especially if there is not any alt text, it might look quite suspicious, and it definitely doesn't encourage them to click and open those buttons.
And accessibility wise as well, when screen readers are being used, the screen reader can't actually read or understand your email. So if somebody has got a visibility impairment or uses a screen reader for other reasons, they will not be able to actually make any sense of your email except for the subject line.
Yeah, and besides that, image emails are heavy to load, so it's also an accessibility point of view from whether it's your Wi-Fi, your mobile data, or another source of internet. If your email is quite heavy, the default will be to not load the images.
Exactly. It's also quite expensive because you have to get designers involved, etc. If you've got an email marketer on staff who knows their stuff, they can have HTML emails prepared ahead of time for e-shots, and a turnaround time on an email can be as little as 15 minutes. If all the copy is there, all the images are there, and it depends on sign-off internally as well. So look at those processes.
Yeah, besides that, options for personalization are really limited. If you are sending just images, depending on the CRM or the database that you use, how can you personalize besides potentially in the subject line? It means that you send really generic blast emails.
Exactly.
Generally speaking.
And you trigger spam filters. So that is one thing we try and stick away from as much as we can and not get caught in those. I've got following a really good example, which is not an image only email, but it's an image heavy email by a brand who did it really well because, I will show you in a second, they actually used a really good blend of text and image. So here we have got the face theory one. You can also pop onto our show notes. There's a really big image of this, so you can look at it. So this is face theory celebrating, I think it was International Women's Day. Together we did it. And you can see large blocks of text. You can see lots of alt text as well. But what did you see, Marette, earlier? One of the alt texts says...
Right at the bottom, one of the alt text just says logos. And I think Sarah's going to show us what the email looks like with images, and you'll see that it's just some icons. So although they have done a great job. For an image heavy email, this is excellent because it's a good combination. This is what it's meant to look like. So you just see that the images give more context and show you the products. But yeah, just having done everything so well, it just made me chuckle that right at the end, they gave up and they just called their image logos.
So this email is better with images, but without it, still worth it and will still convert because alt text has been used. And because there is not just images in there. But now takedowns, because we've now had why people use them, why you shouldn't be using them. An example of a good option with a minor fault. But there is so much, shall I call it hate? I don't think it's hate. I think it's just despair in the inbox heroes camp. Disappointment. There we go. We're disappointed. So we've got a few really good examples of disappointment in your inbox. So, Marette, I think this one's from you, isn't it?
This one's mine. So this is one that I got from Free People. As you can see, there are it's just images, and although they do have some alt text, there's not a lot of it, and even but things that are that look like text are actually images. So those top 5 blocks, that's essentially just a menu sending you to the generic area of the website for clothes, the generic area of the website for shoes and other things. I mean, I can't really get much out of this. So what I did is I showed you the whole email, and then on the right is a bit further zoomed in, but we will make sure that we upload these on the Inbox Heroes website as well, so that you can see what not to do. I think I love the Free People website, and so it makes me so sad every time I get an email I have got my inbox on my phone deliberately set to do not open images as a standard because I'm nosy and I want to see what happens. And every time I get an email from free people, I'm a little sad.
Yeah. So that exact thing was done by Meg Bosch on Twitter as well. She shared some of her experiences of just disabling images and seeing what comes out in the wash. I think it's an email marketer type of thing to just go, what do other people do? And learning by examples, right? So here she has shared a HelloFresh email, which
This is next level, to be fair.
Yeah, this is next level. So the email says, save this much with a restaurant with restaurant quality meals. Okay, I would click on there, being like, okay, how much can I save? So all I get is alt text. And the alt text reads, HelloFresh, come back, download our app.
So what can
Follow
you save?
us or give us a shout out. My question isn't answered.
No.
And you know what? I wouldn't click download images because it doesn't even entice me to, because really clever would have been, hey, enable your images to see how much you can save. Hey, you can save 10% on, I don't know,
using
Italian
the
dishes
to actually
entice them. Just try and entice them to download images, and then when they download images, they'll be pleased they did.
In this case, really, your alt text would almost be a call to action.
Yeah. I think they missed out there. Come on, HelloFresh.
It's really uninspiring. They can do better.
Absolutely. Then the next slide is actually from a much smaller outfit. Millie Maunder is a jewelry designer, and I like her styles, so I'm obviously on her newsletter list because I am nosy. And at Christmas, she sent out this email, and I remember sending it over to Marat going, really good example. And then the next email to her read, just noticed, those are images. So not a good example. So what you see there, the wrapping ideas are actually images, image blocks. The problem with this is that this particular design is absolutely achievable in most of the drag and drop editors that you can get in email service providers.
Builders.
Builders, that word. So we think that could have been done much better because those are just images. So from an accessibility point of view, you would have gotten very little out of it. But the actual content is super on point for her sort of audience and her contacts. And they would have gotten a lot out of this.
And it's such a cute idea as well. Like if that was me, I would have probably tried to copy and paste it out of the email into like a note, like Google Notes or somewhere to come back to and say, oh yeah, I could try that option for wrapping my gifts this year, for example.
Exactly. So we've given you a little bit of a taster. I'm sure you guys have got probably emails disabled for some, not emails disabled, images disabled for some of your inboxes. So do take a look and send us any examples. But before we close, we have got some myth busting to do, because clearly there is myths out there that perpetuate the use of image heavy or image only emails.
HTML emails take too long to create. Okay, where to start? First of all, yes, HTML emails take consideration to create, but they will help you with responsiveness when set up right. There is ways of setting up templates, and like Sarah alluded to earlier, once you have got a process in place, you've got your content, this shouldn't be hard. So although there might be a bit of a setup project, that would be with setting up templates in Canva for images. It would be with social posts, with anything. It's the same for emails, but once it's set up, templates are in place. This is not true.
Absolutely not true. Let's look at the next one. If people don't open images, it's their loss. Wow. So,
I mean, is it?
So it's important to ask, why did they turn them off in the first place?
Yeah.
So we've talked about spamming lots. Some email clients turn them off to protect their users. However, some people cannot read an email as we can. So I'm able-bodied. I don't have any type of disability, visible or non-visible. And for me to grasp an email content is really easy because I can read it, I can understand what I'm reading, and therefore I'm probably very privileged because there's lots of people out there who have got different levels of disabilities or impairments, if not a disability, and they will use screen readers, they will use different types of tech to understand the world around them. And actually, it's not their loss, it's actually your loss, because you're marginalizing a group that's already marginalized and that could be really good customers of yours. So don't dismiss them.
Yeah, please don't have this attitude.
Yeah, we don't need that attitude. We have enough attitude ourselves, okay? Then we have got the last one.
Readers can use the View Email in Browser link to see the email if their images are turned off. I mean, this is kind of a perpetuation of the previous one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Again, this is presuming people have access to the internet, access to data. Also, I'm really sorry, it is presuming readers are so engaged with you that they are willing to take the extra step of viewing email in browser just to get your message in pretty images.
Yeah. Basically,
what do you think, Sarah?
Image-only emails suck. I think,
yeah. I couldn't agree more. I think that's it. Just don't do it. There's so many ways in which you can make clever use of images and image alt text. Excellent, do that. But combine it with actual text in the email. Combine it with content that is useful for the readers. And make it easy. Make it easy to get your message across. There is ways of being creative without having to just use images.
100%. So just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Do the opposite of Nike. Don't do it.
The opposite of free people. Don't do it.
And do it well. And we've got examples there, and you can head over to our website to check it out. If you've got any particularly painful or particularly good examples, please send them to us as well. All the info is on our website.
We'll feature them.
And we'll give you a shout out as well. But yes, I think for me, this topic is now done, okay? It's done.
Yeah. Well, now we have
emails suck.
Now we have somewhere to point people to whenever they ask the question.
Absolutely. This is actually quite a selfish episode. I don't want to have these conversations again. I'm going to have the conversation once. And after that, all they get is a friendly link in an email. You're welcome.
That's it. So if anyone ever asks you, can you just create some pretty pictures for our email? Send them to this. Send them to this episode. We've got you.
Absolutely.
We've got your back.
We have got you. In which case, all that's left to say is bye and see you in the next episode.
Yeah, see you in the next episode, in which we're going to talk a little bit about finding your audience. Bye.
Bye.